It's Cleveland Indians baseball. We're at Memorial Stadium in Kansas City for the rubber match of a three-game series against the Indians and the Royals. On the strength of a Paul Splittorff three-hitter, the Royals won Friday night, 4-0. That was the second consecutive time the Indians were shut out. But the Indians' bats came roaring back yesterday, and the Indians beat the Royals 10-3. Greg Nettles went 4 for 5 yesterday with 3 doubles, and he drove in 5 runs. Today's April 30th, and the Indians have moved into second place in the American League East. They have a record of 5-6. They're 4.5 games behind the Baltimore Orioles, who have the Major League best record of 10-2. And one of those 2 losses that Baltimore had was handed to them by the Indians. So if the Indians win today, that means they will finish up April at 500. Vince Colbert starts for Cleveland. He's made 1 start on the year. He has no decisions and an ERA of 7.04. He'll be opposed by Dick Drago of Kansas City. He's made 3 starts. He's 1-2 with an ERA of 5.14. It's a chilly day here in Kansas City. It's 58 degrees. Wind speed is 7 miles per hour in from right field. And there is light rain. For today's game, the Indians starting lineup will be leading off the center fielder, Del Unser. Batting second to first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Batting third to catcher, Ray Fosse. Batting fourth to third baseman, Greg Nettles. Batting fifth to left fielder, Alex Johnson. Batting sixth to right fielder, Buddy Bell. Batting seventh to shortstop, Frank Duffy. Batting eighth to second baseman, Jack Brohammer. And batting ninth to pitcher, Vince Colbert. On defense, Kansas City has the same lineup that they had yesterday. Both teams do, actually. John Mayberry at first, Cookie Rojas at second, Fred Patek at short, Paul Shaw at third, Lou Piniella in left, Amos Otis in center, Rich Scheinblum in right, Ed Kirkpatrick catching, and on the mound, Dick Drago. Drago's a right-handed pitcher. Throws medium speed. He has appeared in 21 innings this year. He's given up 20 hits. 5 of those are home runs. He's walked 6, and he has struck out 13. Leading off is Cleveland center fielder Del Unser. Unser is hitting .310, no home runs, 6 runs batted in. Here's the first pitch. Change up, swing and a miss, strike 1. Curveball, that was called strike 2. Base hit in the right center. Scheinblum is up with it. And Unser's on first with a single. That brings up the Indians' first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Chambliss is hitting .360. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Chambliss was the Rookie of the Year last year in the American League. Inside, ball one. He hits a base hit over Patek's head. Once around second, he'll take third. The Indians have runners at the corners, nobody out. And here's the catcher, Ray Fosse. Fosse's hitting 189, one home run, 6 runs batted in. Curveball, base hit in the right center. Unser scores. Chambliss holds at second. The Indians have runners on first and second. Nobody out. And here is Greg Nettles. Nettles is hitting 366, 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He had 4 hits yesterday. 3 of those were doubles, and he drove in 5 runs. Alex Johnson's on deck. Swing and a miss, strike one on the fastball. Too low, ball one. Bouncer to short. Patek. His only plays first. Throws him out. 1 out. Chambliss moves to third. Fosse moves to second. 1 out. Runners on second and third. Here is Alex Johnson, the left fielder who came over from the Angels. He's hitting 179, 1 home run, 4 runs batted in. Fouls it back, strike one. Johnson hit a triple yesterday, drove in a run, and scored a run. Swing and a miss, strike two. That was low, ball one. Outside, ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Breaking ball, ball 3, full count. Base hit in the right center. Chambliss scored. Fosse stops at third. We have runners at first and third. Still 1 out. Indians lead 2-0. Amos Otis made a valiant effort for that one, but he came up a little short. Or I shouldn't say he came up short. The ball was hit too softly for him to catch it. Here's a rookie, Buddy Bell. Bell's hitting 220. He has no home runs. He has 6 runs batted in. Frank Duffy's on deck. It's a liner. Patek leaps, and he's got it. 2 outs. That probably saved a run. That brings up the shortstop, Frank Duffy. Duffy's hitting 216. No home runs, 5 runs batted in. Fly ball, left field side, but that'll make the seats. Too high, ball one. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner at the knee, strike two. Hits a grounder to short, Patek dives. Comes up with it, throws the runner out at second. Says that Duffy can't believe the play by Patek. The Indians get 2 runs. They had 4 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Cleveland 2, Kansas City coming to bat. Patek made 2 exceptional plays in that inning. Kansas City's starting lineup. Batting first is center fielder Amos Otis. Batting second, the left fielder Lou Piniella. Batting third, the first baseman John Mayberry. Batting fourth, the right fielder Rich Scheinblum. Batting fifth, the catcher Ed Kirkpatrick. Batting sixth, the third baseman Paul Shaw. Batting seventh, the second baseman Cookie Rojas. Batting eighth, the shortstop Freddie Patek. And batting ninth, the pitcher Dick Drago. On defense, Cleveland has Chris Chambliss at first base, Jack Broheimer at second, Frank Duffy at short, Greg Nettles at third, Alex Johnson in left, Del Unser in center, Buddy Bell in right, Ray Fosse catching, and on the mound, Vince Colbert. Colbert's a right-hander. He brings some heat. Colbert has pitched 7 2/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, one of those a home run. He has walked 5 and struck out 11. This is his second start of the year. His last start was against the White Sox, where he pitched 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits and 4 runs. Walked 3, struck out 9. Before that, he had 3 very short relief appearances, each less than 1 inning. He had a good appearance against Baltimore, a good appearance against Boston, and a tough outing against Boston. That was in the the day after Patriots Day, the Indians' first loss, when the Indians were leading 5-4 after 7, but Boston was able to score 4 runs in the 8th and won the game 8-5. That was Dick Tidrow's first loss. Leading off for Kansas City is Amos Otis. He's hitting 178, no home runs, 1 run batted in. The 2-2 pitch, curveball. He hits a fly ball into right field. Buddy Bell drifting back, and he's got it. One out. Buddy Bell is naturally an infielder, but he plays the outfield pretty good too. In Wichita, where he played for Ken Aspermani, he mainly played as a third baseman and a second baseman. Here is Lou Piniella, the left fielder. Pinella's hitting .357, 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. Piniella came up through the Indians system, never actually got into a game for the Indians, and he was one of Kansas City's choices in the expansion draft, I believe. Let me just double check that. He was actually drafted by the Seattle Pilots in the expansion draft, and then the Pilots traded him to Kansas City just before the 1969 season was about to start. I knew he was picked in the expansion draft. He also spent time in the Washington Senators and Baltimore Orioles farm systems. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder, third base side, but that's foul. Fastball outside, ball four. First walk of the game given up by Vince Colbert. First walk at all today. Here's John Mayberry, the first baseman. He is hitting .347. 4 home runs, 9 runs batted in. A week ago yesterday, in a doubleheader against the White Sox, Mayberry went 8 for 9 with 2 home runs, and he hit for the cycle. He got 2 hits yesterday. He was 2 for 5. And he hit a home run Friday night. So he's 3 for 9 against the Indians this weekend. Ball 1. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Liner down the third base side. That's foul. Foul tip. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's fly ball in a right field. Buddy Bell's after it. In foul ground. But that makes the seats. As for Ron, he's hoping for a good effort from Colbert today because with Gaylord Perry injured, the Indians haven't called anybody up since he's not on the disabled list. They're a man short in the bullpen, and they got some tired arms out there right now. Ball 3, full count. Another fly ball down the right field line. Hooking, foul. Bouncer to second, or short. This could be 2. To second for 1. To first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We played 1 here in Kansas City. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. It'll be Brohammer, Colbert, and Unser for the Indians in the second. Jack Brohammer's hitting .050, no home runs, 1 run batted in. He is 1 for 20. He got his first major league hit yesterday. The 0-1 pitch, changeup. Grounder up the middle. Rojas to his right has it, throws him out. 1 out. Here's Vince Colbert, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2 on the season as a hitter. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 1 for Dick Drago. 2 outs. Here is Del Unser. He led off the game with a single. The 1-0 pitch. He hits a fly ball into center field. Amos Otis moving over, and he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cleveland in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. It's the heart of the order for the Royals in the second. Richie Scheinblum, Ed Kirkpatrick, and Paul Shaw. Scheinblum is hitting .333, no home runs, 1 run batted in. He got his first RBI this season yesterday. The 0-1 pitch. Grounder to second. Brohammer to his right. Backhands it. He's got it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here's Ed Kirkpatrick, the catcher. He's hitting .350. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. Kirkpatrick, he was the MVP of the All-Star game in 1969. He was 3 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in. He was 1 for 3 Friday with a run scored. So he is 4 for 7 against the Indians in this series. I don't know what it is with this guy, but he always plays good against Cleveland. The 3-1 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Unser after Bell after it. Unser dives. He's got it. 2 outs. We've been seeing some good defense in this game so far. Here's the third baseman, Paul Shaw. He's hitting .167. He has 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Base hit in the right field. Shaw rounds first. He's going for second. He slides. He is safe. Bell's throw was close, but Shaw is safe with a double. Here is the second baseman, Cookie Rojas. He's hitting .151. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Low and outside, ball 1. Curveball, that was called strike kind of late, strike 2. Liner down at third base line, that's foul. Too low, ball 2. Grounder up the middle, Duffy to his left, has it, throws him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 2 in Kansas City. It is Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. This is WJST, Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. Chris Chambliss leads off for Cleveland in the third. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder right back to the mound. Drago throws to first. 1 out. Here's Ray Fosse. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. That scored Del Unser with the game's first run. If you'll recall, the Indians led off in the first inning with 3 consecutive singles. The 1-2 pitch. Caught the inside part of the plate. Strike 3 called. That is strikeout number 2 for Dick Drago. That brings up Greg Nettles. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the Patek in the first. That advanced Chambliss and Fosse. Hitting .444 against right-handers. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into center field. Otis to his right. Has to dive, and he's got it. Another great play today by the Kansas City defense. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the third. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. In the bottom of the third for Kansas City, it will be Fred Patek, Dick Drago, and Amos Otis. Fred Patek is hitting .333, no home runs, 1 run batted in. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. He was 2 for 3 on Friday, so he's 3 for 7 against Cleveland this weekend. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to second. Brohammer is up with it and throws him out. 1 out. Here is Dick Drago, the pitcher. He's 0 for 7 on the season as a hitter. The 0-2 pitch. It's a line drive to third. Nettles leaps and he's got it. 2 outs. Nice play by Nettles. Nettles is having a great series against Kansas City. Here's Amos Otis, who's 0 for 1 today. He had a deep fly ball to Buddy Bell in the first. The 1-2 pitch. It's a fly ball into center field. Del Unser's after it, and he's got it. 3 outs. There's a lot of room in the Kansas City outfield. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We played 3 complete. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. Take a look around the league. In the bottom of the 5th at Yankee Stadium, the Twins lead the Yankees 3-0. That is Dick Woodson against Steve Klein. Top of the 7th in Detroit, the Tigers lead the White Sox 3-1. Dick McAuliffe hit his second home run for Detroit. That is Tom Bradley for the White Sox and Joe Coleman for the Cubs, or for the Tigers. Bottom of the 5th in Baltimore, a matchup of the 2 first-place American League teams. The Angels lead the Orioles 2-1. Lee Stanton hit his second home run today for California. That is Andy Messersmith pitching for California. Pat Dobson for Baltimore. They're both looking for their 4th win of the season. Top of the 7th in Pittsburgh, the Braves and the Pirates are tied 2-2. Al Oliver hit his 4th home run of the year against Pittsburgh. Or for Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. That is Ron Reed pitching for Atlanta and Nelson Briles for the Pirates. Ron Reed, he's looking for his 4th win of the year. Bottom of the 3rd at the Astrodome, Cardinals and Astros, no score. That is Bob Gibson against Jerry Royce. Bottom of the 2nd in Milwaukee, the A's lead the Brewers 3-1. That is Blue Moon Odom against Jim Slayton. Reports out of Oakland are that Vita Blue and Charlie Finley have come to a contract agreement, and Blue will end his holdout and will sign a contract to pitch in the 1972 season. At Wrigley Field in the bottom of the 2nd, it's the Reds 1, the Cubs 1. Ron Santo hit his 4th home run today. That is Tom Hall for the Reds against Bert Hooton of the Cubs. And top of the 3rd in Texas, the Red Sox lead the Rangers 1-0. That is our old friend Louis Tiant pitching for Boston and Bill Gogoleski pitching for Texas. After today's game, the Indians head for Arlington, and they will make their first appearance against the Texas Rangers. That will be on Tuesday night. 4th inning for the Indians will be Alex Johnson, Buddy Bell, and Frank Duffy. I was looking up the Indians' batting. They're not hitting all that well, but they have the 3rd best hitting stats in the American League. I think only Oakland and Chicago have better hitting stats. The offense in the American League is down right now. Even the 10-2 Baltimore Orioles aren't hitting as well as the Indians. The Orioles are doing it right now on pitching. Alex Johnson leads off for the Indians in the 4th. He is 1 for 1. He singled in the 1st, and that scored Chris Chambliss with the game's 2nd run. The 3-2 pitch. Blooper to third. Shaw is right there, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Buddy Bell's up. He is 0 for 1. He lined a short in the first inning. Buddy Bell is quickly becoming a fan favorite in Cleveland. He's been with the team for 2 weeks as a major leaguer, and he's already being talked about a lot in the city of Cleveland. Hitting .286 against right-handers. Hits a deep fly ball in the left center. Pinella's there. He's got it. 2 outs. Here's Frank Duffy. He's 0 for 1. He grounded it into a force play in the first. He's another guy people are talking about. They're impressed with his defense. Made a couple of good plays yesterday. He's been the type of player right now where he's made a couple errors on like easy plays, but he's been real good about making the tough plays, which I have found to be not all that uncommon in the major leagues among the middle infielders, especially. The 1-2 pitch. It's a fly ball in the center field. Amos Otis is there, and he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cleveland in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. In the fourth for Kansas City, it will be Piniella, Mayberry, and Scheinblum. Lou Piniella walked in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch. Liner in the left field. That's a base hit. Jensen got a slow jump on that one. Jensen has a good arm in left field, but doesn't really have the much range, especially compared to Unser and Bell. So nobody out. Runner on first. Here is John Mayberry, who's 0 for 1. He grounded it into a double play in the first. Inside, ball 1. High and outside, ball 2. Foul tip, strike 1. That was a late called strike, strike 2. It's a wild pitch. Gets all the way to the backstop. And Piniella takes second. Count is full. It's a grounder to first. Chambliss has it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. Piniella moves to third. Here is Richie Scheinblum. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to second. He's a former member of the Cleveland Indians. It's in off the plate. Ball 1. Scheinblum hits a deep fly ball into right field. Buddy Bell going back. It's off the wall. Piniella scores. Scheinblum with a stand-up double. It is 2-1 Cleveland. That's his second double of the year. That brings up Ed Kirkpatrick, who's 0 for 1. He had a deep fly out to Del Unser in the second. This is a guy I do not like seeing up in this position. Ed Kirkpatrick, probably no great shakes as a ball player. Decent but not a star. But he plays like a Hall of Famer against the Indians. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike one. Low and inside, ball one. Down and in, ball two. Ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fouls it back, strike two, full count. Hits fly ball into right field. Down the right field line, Bell is after it, but it makes the seats. Curveball, fly ball into right field again. Bell is after it. He's in foul ground, but that made the seats again. Ball 4. He walks. That puts runners on first and second, 1 out. Cleveland leads by 1, 2-1. Here's Paul Shaw, who is 1 for 1. He doubled in the second inning. Sitting 100 with runners in scoring position. Low and outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Changeup, strike 1 called. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 2. Grounder to third, this could be 2. To second for 1, to first. Double play. 5-4-3 double play. Kirkpatrick took Brohammer out, but Brohammer was still able to make the relay. Kansas City got 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 1 man on base. We played 4 here in Kansas City. It is Cleveland 2, Kansas City 1. And after getting knocked over, Jack Brohammer leads off the 5th for the Indians. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to Rojas in the second. Brohammer is 1 for 21 on the season. He got his first major league hit yesterday. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, but it got by Kirkpatrick. Brohammer safe on first. They're crediting Drago with a strikeout, but not an out. That's the second time that's happened in this series. That brings up Vince Colbert. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second. They're playing him in for the bunt. There goes Brohammer. He slides. He is safe. That's his first stolen base of the year. Ball 1. That was nearly a wild pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. In tight, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pops it up, foul ground. First base side, Mayberry's after it. But it made the seats. Strike 3 called. Colbert was fooled on that one. Strikeout number 4 for Drago. That brings up Del Unser, who's 1 for 2. He led off the game with a single and came around to score the first run of the game. Fastball low, ball 1. It's a grounder to second. Rojas is up with it. The throw to first. 2 outs. Brohammer takes third. That brings up Chris Chambliss. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first inning. And he grounded the pitcher in the third. Down and in, ball one. Ray Fosse's on deck. Base hit into left field. Brohammer scores. Chambliss at first with a single. It's Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. And here is Ray Fosse. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. That drove in Del Unser with the first run of the game. And he struck out in the third. Swing and a miss, strike one. Ball one. One ball, one strike. Hits a shallow fly ball into right field. Scheinblum coming in. Rojas going out. And Scheinblum will take it. But the Indians get one run, one hit, no errors. They left one man on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It is Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. In the bottom of the fifth for Kansas City, it'll be the bottom of the order. Rojas, Patek, and Drago. Rojas is 0 for 1 today. He grounded to Frank Duffy in the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. Pops it up. Fosse throws away his mask, and he's got it. One out. That'll bring up Fred Patek, who's 0 for 1. He grounded to Brohammer in the third. The 0-2 pitch. Hard grounder to third. Nettles up with it. Throw to first. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Dick Drago. Drago's 0 for 1. He lined out the Nettles in the third. Nettles making a great leaping catch on that one. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to first. Chambliss has it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs. Nothing across for Kansas City in the fifth. We played 5 complete. It's an official game here in Kansas City. Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. And I will be right back. And we're back. After a refreshing can of Rocket Fuel Malt Liquor, this is WJST, Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. 6th inning for Cleveland. It's the heart of the order. Nettles, Johnson, and Bell. Nettles is 0 for 2 today. The 1-0 pitch. Blooper right to short. And Patek is there, and he'll take it. 1 out. Here's Alex Johnson. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. That scored Chris Chambliss with the Indians' second run of the game. And he lined out to Paul Shaw in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Patek to his left. Has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Here's Buddy Bell, the rookie. He's 0 for 2 today. He lined out the Patek in the first. Patek making a great play on that one. And he flied to Amos Otis in the fourth. Amos Otis made a great play on that one. The 1-0 pitch. Grounder up the middle, base hit. That brings up Frank Duffy, the shortstop. Duffy's over 2. He grounded into a force play in the first, and flied out to Otis in the fourth. Fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. Hits a fly ball into center field. Amos Otis is over, and he's got it. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. For Kansas City in the 6th, it will be the top of the order. Excuse me. Amos Otis, Lou Piniella, and John Mayberry. Amos Otis is 0 for 2 today. But he has covered a lot of ground out in center field for the Royals today. He's been doing that all weekend. And probably all season. Looks like it has stopped raining. Winds have picked up a little bit. And the temperature is hovering around 60 degrees. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Duffy has it. Throws to first. 1 out. Here is Lou Piniella. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. He walked in the first. He singled in the fourth. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to second. Brohammer to his right. He backhanded that one, and he throws him out. Excuse me, 2 outs. That brings up John Mayberry. He's 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the first, and he grounded out to Chris Chambliss in the fourth. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Third walk given up by Vince Colbert. That brings up Rich Scheinblum. He is 1 for 2. He has a double. He doubled in the fourth. That scored Lou Piniella with Kansas City's first run of the game. Up at the shoulders, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High and outside, ball 2. Fouls it back, strike 2. Vince Colbert last year was one of the few Indians pitchers that they seemed to get fairly good production out of. Him and Mike Paul were basically the only 2 that pitched decently on a regular basis. Base hit in the left field. Mayberry rounds second. He'll take third. Mike Paul is now with the Texas Rangers. Oh, and that brings up Ed Kirkpatrick, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Not the guy I want to see in this situation. Fastball, high, ball 1. In tight, ball 2. That was inside, ball 3. In there below the belt, strike 1. Ball 4. After 2 quick outs, the Royals have loaded the bases. 2 walks and a single. That brings up Paul Shaw, the third baseman. He is 1 for 2 with a double. He doubled back in the second and grounded into a double play in the fourth. Low and inside, ball 1. Strike 1 called on a fastball. Outside, ball 2. It's a hard grounder down the third base line. It's foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Indians lead by 2. That's a hard grounder to first. Chambliss has it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs. Colbert pitches out of a jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We have played 6 here in Kansas City. It is Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. Cleveland has 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They've left 4 men on base. Kansas City has 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They've left 5 men on base. Cleveland got on the board early when they started the game with 3 consecutive singles. Unser single, Chambliss single, Fosse single. That scored Unser. Then Nettles grounded to the shortstop. That moved Chambliss and Fosse into scoring position. And Chambliss scored the second run of the game on Alex Johnson's single. Buddy Bell fouled that with a line out to Fred Patek that he made a great play on. That saved the run. And then Duffy grounded it short on another great play by Fred Patek. He made 2 great plays in a row. Saved 1, possibly 2 runs for the Royals. And then in the 4th inning, Piniella led off with a single. He took second on a wild pitch. Moved to third on Mayberry's ground out, and then scored on Richie Scheinblum's double. That made it 2-1 Cleveland. And then in the 5th inning, Brohammer led off the inning striking out, but he took first on a wild pitch. He stole second. And then with 1 out, Unser grounded to Rojas. That moved Brohammer to third. And Brohammer scored on Chambliss' single. That made it 3-1. That's where we're at right now. In the 7th inning for the Indians, it will be Brohammer, Colbert, and Unser. Brohammer is 0 for 2 today with a stolen base. He struck out in the 5th, but he got on first after the 3rd strike was a wild pitch. He stole a base and came around to score the Indians' 3rd run. The 0-2 pitch. Pops it up, foul ground. Kirkpatrick is there, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Vince Colbert. He is 0 for 2. He struck out twice today. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Patek to his left. Has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Here's Del Unser. He's 1 for 3. He led off the game with a single. Came around to score the Indians' first run of the game. The 2-1 pitch. Bouncer to short. Patek has it. Throws him out. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for Cleveland. In the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cleveland 3, Kansas City 1. Let's go back around the league. In the bottom of the 8th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees lead the Twins 9-4. Ron Allen hit his first home run of the year for the Yankees. He is Dick Allen's brother. Norton is pitching for Minnesota right now. Final in Detroit. The Tigers beat the White Sox 3-2. Joe Coleman goes to 3-1. Bottom of the 12th in Pittsburgh. Braves and Pirates tied at 2. Mike McQueen is pitching for Atlanta, and Miller is pitching for Pittsburgh. Bottom of the seventh at the Astrodome, the Cardinals lead the Astros 3-1. That's still Bob Gibson against Jerry Rice. Bottom of the sixth in Milwaukee. Oakland leads Milwaukee 6-3. Reggie Jackson hit his fourth home run of the year. That is Blue Moon Odom against Jim Colburn. Top of the sixth at Wrigley Field, the Reds lead the Cubs 2-1. That's Pedro Borbon for Cincinnati and Tom Phoebus for the Cubs. Top of the eighth in Texas, the Red Sox lead the Rangers 3-0. That's Louis Tiant against Jim Panther. And top of the first in the second game of a doubleheader. Wow. It's like they got two games going on at the same time. Or game two of that doubleheader will be starting when game one is over, obviously. It'll be the bottom of the order for Kansas City in the seventh. Rojas, Patek, and Drago. Cookie Rojas is 0 for 2 today. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Brohammer throws to first. 1 out. Here's Fred Patek, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. The 3-2 pitch. Base hit in the left field. Johnson throws it back in. That is hit number 5 for Kansas City. That brings up Dick Drago, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2. He lined to third in the third and grounded to first in the fifth. Drago's a good bunter. Amos Otis is on deck. Fastball, high and tight, ball 1. Fouls it back, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. First inning at Dodger Stadium, they're underway. The Mets against the Dodgers. Throw to first. Patek's back safely. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. High and tight, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Throw to first. Patek is back. Ball 4. Oh, I hate when they walk the opposing pitcher. Amos Otis is up. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch is high, ball 1. Ray Lamb's warming up in the Indians bullpen. High, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Low and inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Inside on the black, strike 1. Ball 4. 6 walk given up by Colbert today. That'll load the bases. 1 out. Lou Pinella's the batter. He is 1 for 2. He walked in the first. He singled in the fourth. Royals got something going here in the bottom of the seventh. He's 2 for 2 with the bases loaded. Fouls it back, strike 1. Aspermani is conferring with his pitching coach, Warren Spahn. This may be the last batter of the day for Vince Colbert. Low and in, ball 1. Base hit into right field. Patek scores. Drago stops at third. It's 3-2. Here comes Aspermani. That'll be all for Vince Colbert. Ray Lamb's coming in to pitch. He's making his fourth appearance of the year. He has pitched in 6 innings, given up 5 hits. He's walked 2. He struck out 4. He has an ERA of 1.50. And John Mayberry's up. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Ball 1. They're drawing the infield in. Pops it up. Foul ground. Third base side. That'll make the seats. Outside. Ball 2. Check the swing. They appeal. Ball 3. 3 balls. 1 strike. Oh, he hit him. The runners advance. That ties the game. That is not what they wanted to do here. That brings up Richie Scheinblum, who's 2 for 3. He has a double. He doubled in the 4th. That scored Pinello with Kansas City's first run, and he singled in the 6th. Infield drawn in. Low, ball 1. Pops it up, third base side. Nettles is after it. But that'll make the seats. Oh, they're in a jam here. Low, ball 2. In the dirt, ball 3. Ball 4. That'll score Amos Otis. Kansas City takes a 4-3 lead. And it's Ed Kirkpatrick. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. Curveball, ball 1. High, ball 2. The Indians have suddenly lost sight of the plate in the bottom of the 7th here. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hits a fly ball into center field. Unser drifting back. He's got it. Pinella tags. He'll score. Kansas City takes a 5-3 lead. That brings up Paul Shaw. He's 1 for 3 with a double today. Caught the outside half of the plate, strike 1. Finally, New York, the Yankees beat the Twins 12-4 in the first game of a doubleheader. Hits a grounder to third. Nettles has it. His only play is the first. He throws him out. But Kansas City, it's a big inning. They get 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We played 7. It is Kansas City 5, Cleveland 3. Chris Chambliss leads off for the Indians in the 8th. He is 2 for 3 with a run batted in. He singled in the 1st, and he singled in the 5th. That brought in Jack Brohammer with the Indians' 3rd run of the game. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ray Fosse, he's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. He singled in the 1st. Base hit into right field. That brings up Greg Nettles. He's 0 for 3 today. He represents the tying run. Fastball, inside ball one. Just below the belt, strike one. Hits a grounder to third. Shaw's only plays the first. 2 outs. Fosse takes second. That brings up Alex Johnson. He's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. He singled in the first. That scored Chris Chambliss. Ball one with the curveball. It's a grounder to first. Mayberry has it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Kansas City 5, Cleveland 3. It's the bottom of the order for Kansas City in the 8th. Rojas, Patek, and Drago. Rojas is 0 for 3 today. It's a grounder to short. Duffy has it. Throws him out. 1 out. Here's Fred Patek. He's 1 for 3 today. He singled in the 7th. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder right back to the mound. Lamb has it, and he throws him out. 2 outs. Here is the pitcher, Dick Drago. He's 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th inning, part of that big 7th inning rally. Run up by the Royals. The 0-2 pitch. Grounder to second. Brohammer bobbles it. Drago is safe on Brohammer's error. That is Brohammer's 3rd error of the year. That brings up Amos Otis, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. He walked and he scored in the 7th. Fastball down and outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Caught the outside corner, strike 2. Strike 3, swing and a miss. He was way too early on that changeup. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the 9th inning. It is Kansas City 5, Cleveland 3. Ninth inning at Wrigley. Cubs have tied it. It is 4-4, Reds against the Cubs. 9th inning for Cleveland will be Buddy Bell, Frank Duffy, and Jack Brohammer. Buddy Bell is 1 for 3 with a single. He singled in the 6th. Hits a deep fly ball in the left field. Piniella going back. He's near the track. He's got it. 1 out. That brings up Frank Duffy. He's 0 for 3 today. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Otis to his right has it. 2 outs. Pinch hitting for Jack Brohammer is Lou Camilli. Camilli is 2 for 3 on the season as a pinch hitter. He was an excellent pinch hitter for the Indians last season. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit in the right field. The Indians are still alive. They're going to send John Lowenstein in the to run for Camilli. And pinch hitting for Ray Lamb will be Tom McCraw. Ed Farmer warming up in the bullpen. McCraw is 1-for-1 as a pinch hitter. Hits a grounder to second. This should be it. Rojas throws him out. And that's the ball game. Kansas City wins 5-3. They take 2 out of 3 in this weekend series. Kansas City had 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Cleveland had 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Dick Drago gets the win. He is 2-2. While Vince Colbert gets the loss. He is 0-1. Drago looked good today. Pitched a complete game. Gave up 3 runs. He struck out 5. Vince Colbert was looking pretty good today until the 7th, when he suddenly lost control of his pitches. He pitched 6 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. He walked 6. He had no strikeouts. Ray Lamb came in relief. He hit a batter and walked another batter in. He struck out 1. Star of the game is Dick Drago. Looked like Cleveland was in control until the 7th inning with 1 out. Fred Patek single. Then Drago walked. That was when Colbert really started having issues with his control. Maybe that rattled him. Then Amos Otis walked. That loaded the bases. Pinella scored, or singled. That drove in a run. Then Ray Lamb came in a pitch. He had John Mayberry with a pitch with the bases loaded, and then he walked Richie Scheinblum with the bases loaded. Then Kirkpatrick hit a sacrifice fly. That made it 5-3 Kansas City. And that's how we finished up today. Richie Scheinblum was 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in for Kansas City. Lou Piniella was 2 for 3. After the way the Indians hit yesterday, their bats went a little quiet again today. They came out swinging in the first, and a couple of great plays by Fred Patek may have cost them a run or 2 in the first inning. Drago settled down after that and pitched a good game. Time of this game was 3 hours and 4 minutes. Once again, on the final day of April, our final score in Kansas City 5, Cleveland 3. Cleveland finishes the month of April with a 5-7 record. Cleveland's next stop will be Texas, and then next weekend they will be back in Cleveland to face off against the Chicago White Sox. Once again, the final score, Kansas City 5, Cleveland 3. This was WJST, Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. Hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you for watching.